Monkey business!
Hello, Year 11.
Hello!
That's very rude, Sydney. Please don't interrupt again. You're right.
Yeah!
Sydney, are you chewing? Sydney, you are definitely chewing. Put that in the bin. That's even worse. You just spat it on the floor, Sydney. Now we have to pick that up later. Okay, while I'm doing this case study video, you can pick that up. Okay, that's the third thing on your blue card, Sydney. One more, I'm going to have to inform the tutor, which is very important. Okay, sort yourself out, Sydney. Thank you. Right, blue card there. Pick the chewing gum up. Thank you. Hello, Ewan. Your case study that we're going to look at today is changing retail or changing shopping in South Yorkshire. There's been some major changes to shopping. Sort it out, Sydney, please. There's been some major changes to shopping over the last few years. We've seen a move from high street shops to much more out-of-town shopping areas and big out-of-town superstores. In South Yorkshire, you've got a change in goods and supply. So people want different things at different points of the year, and they're prepared to go about them slightly differently to get them. For example, small specialist shops are now no longer needed because you've got massive superstores and massive supermarkets like really big Sainsbury's to take the pressure off people. People go to one place to get all of their products under one roof. So either go to Sainsbury's or go to out-of-town specialist stores. They also want a larger range of goods. So people now want to go to one shop to buy their TV, they want to buy their electronic equipment and their food shopping all in one go. So it's those changes that are really, really important. Now, we've also seen a change in transport. More people own cars, more people are more mobile, they can get on trains and buses and they can travel around the country much easier. And instead of now walking to the local shop, people are happy to get in the car and drive to an out-of-town shopping centre to do all of their shopping in one go on a Saturday.
Mr. Swallow, do you think that this type of shopping is become almost a recreational activity?
Yeah, you're quite right. And these out-of-town shopping centres have restaurant areas and they have food areas. And it's not something I like to do, Sydney, but people go for the whole day on a Saturday to do all their shopping and enjoy themselves.
Amazing.
Amazing indeed. Very good. Now, in terms of South Yorkshire, there's been some major changes in shopping. And one of those major changes is the growth of somewhere called Meadowhall, which is a big out-of-town shopping centre just outside Sheffield. And people travel there to get all of their products in one go. There's hi-fi places, there's TV places, there's places you can get food to eat, there's shopping you can do for clothes, loads of different products, all under one roof in Meadowhall.
Mr. Swallow, is it likely that prices in these places are possibly a bit cheaper?
That's quite right. And another reason why people go there to do their shopping all under one roof.
And of course, they can compare from shop to shop.
Yeah, and that leads me on to the next point. That's a good point. Meadowhall was set up in 1980 and now has over 280 shops all under one roof. Different shops selling different products that people can buy, which is a real bonus, of course. Now, some of those positives are that there's 12,000 car park spaces. People can park freely. There's not the problem of trying to park and pay on the meter. They can find a car park space easily, so they can shop for the day. There's also around 800,000 people visiting every single week. Huge number of people visiting over the course of the year, which results in more shops being built and more choice for the consumer or the customer. Now, there are unfortunately some negative impacts of Meadowhall in Sheffield being set up. For example, shops in the centre of Sheffield have declined. There's less of them because they can't make as much money, because more people are shopping at Meadowhall. Now, also, you've got some of the major shops that used to be in the city centre now moving to Meadowhall, like House of Fraser, who are now no longer in the city centre. Overall, there's been a 15% less business in the centre of Sheffield compared to Meadowhall because of the fact that there's now this big out-of-town shopping centre.
Mr. Swallow?
Yes, Sydney?
You know, it reminds me of the land opposite our school.
Yeah, you're quite right, opposite the Purbeck School.
Yeah, for some years now, there's been talk of a Sainsbury's or an Asda or a Tesco, Asda. And people in the town are very concerned if you're a butcher, say, down there, or a greengrocer, that you would lose your business. Now, it's not on the same scale as Meadow Hill, but it's the same principle.
You're quite right. Yeah, you're quite right, Sidney. Asda, would take all of the business away.
Asda?
Would take the business away from the small businesses. You're quite right. So Meadowhall is doing the same thing, but on a much bigger scale. Now, Sheffield has kind of tried to fight back. Thank you, Sidney. Tried to fight back by putting in some ideas in the city centre, such as better parking and what's called a city watch scheme to try and help customers when they're out and about. But your example of changing retail is in South Yorkshire. Really focus on Meadowhall in your example.
With reference to a case study you have looked at, explain the changes in retail and the impacts of these changes. Thank you, Mr. Swallow.